Hello, this is Rochelle Agatha, and this is an additional lecture on the accounting equation. So once again, the accounting equation is assets equals liabilities plus equity, and you know that the normal balance of an asset is a debit, the normal balance of a liability is a credit, and the normal overall balance of equity is a credit. So let's go over a couple of things. The change in equity is that in this beginning phase of accounting is net income less dividends, given. Later in life it'll become more than that, but this is the basics. So what I've done is I've set up 4 companies for you: the red, the black, the blue, and the green. And I'm showing you how to solve for an unknown, just like in algebra using Excel. Some of the problems that you have to do in my accounting lab have you do this. So here's a way to set it up if you have Excel, or if you could do it by hand. So the red company has beginning of the year assets, liabilities, and equity. So you can see that 216 equals 129.6 plus 86.4. So your assets equals your liabilities plus your equity. At the end of the year, it has assets, liabilities, and equity. So the change in equity is the difference, you can see my formula, between the 86.4 and the 151.2, which is 64.8. So then sometimes the problem will ask you to solve for something. So in this problem, I've given you dividends, revenue, and then I say, what is the expense? So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So if you were provided this problem, you have to solve for that missing number. And there's many ways to do it, but I find that if you use math, it's the easiest way to do it. So you already know that your change in equity needs to be 64,800 because I solved up here for you the change in equity. Beginning equity minus ending equity is change in equity. Change in equity, as I defined over to the right, is net income minus the dividend. Well, you all know that net income is revenue minus expense. So here you're missing the expense part. So I added this little line called missing item, and I created the formula for you so that you could solve for the missing item. So here you have the C21, which is the change in equity, less C16, which is the revenue, plus C17, which is the missing number, plus C15. So right there, your missing number is the 9,800. So if I put the 9,800 in this equation, now I have net income of 79.2. So I could prove that out because 79.2 minus the dividend is the change in the equity. I did a check down here for you so that you could see that my change in equity works out. And I also checked it totally at the bottom. So yes, I'm a CPA, and yes, math is really important in accounting. So I worked each one of these for you, showing you if one piece was missing, how you would solve for it by putting the formula in the bottom. So for this one, the formula, it's the same formula, it's just the missing piece is different. So on this one, if I removed the revenue, then my missing number was the 200,000. And here, if I removed this one, my missing was 6,500. So hopefully this will help you out when you're doing all your homework. I'm going to save this file for you and so that you can see it, and you can save this because it's really a quick way to solve for any missing number in an accounting equation, and it's a way for you to see that it's really just math. So if you have any questions, send me an email. Thanks.